Hello there, this is my third speed paint video. It's been a minute since I've actually been able to do one because my tablet has struggles with storage, but I finally figured out a workaround. I just had to delete Genshin off of my tablet, and I will re-download it, especially with the new update coming up. But, you know, after I'm done with this video, because, it takes up way too much space, to say the least. I'm again working with bullet points, if, you've been here these last few videos, which, I brought up before. Sorry if my thoughts are a little disorganized. I am currently working at like 3 in the morning. Now, some may say, well, Kaian, why are you recording so late? And it's like, I have a whack sleep schedule. Don't take after me. It's bad. I took a really long nap this afternoon, and now I'm screwed. But it's okay. I'll figure it out. I tend to work at night, both on editing and drawing and just general stuff, including like, work-related stuff. But, it's weird to just talk into the microphone again because it's been a minute since I've had the chance. I know I always think, oh, that'd be a good thing to talk about on a speed paint, and then I try and write the bullet points, and I'm like, wait, what do I do? What do I write? And it's, oof. I always think of them, and then I don't write them down because I'm like, I don't remember. I do not, in fact, remember. I've been struggling with some art block lately. Not bad, but not good. Like, just figuring out what I was going to be drawing for this speed paint took me forever. But I had already said, like, my next video would be a speed paint. And I've been pretty determined to get another speed paint out because I do like doing them. It was mostly a matter of storage before, and then now it was because I was having a hard time figuring out what it was I was gonna record. I hadn't been recording any of my progress videos, or like, oh my gosh, any of the progress I make on videos, because 1, I didn't have the storage, and 2, they've been a mess lately. Not bad, but definitely a little everywhere. And I've tried because I work on Procreate, and Procreate has the option to have like a time lapse of your work, and I tried taking a recording of said time lapse. That way I wouldn't have to record while I'm like actually working, and was hoping that would take up less storage. But the footage is really wonky and blurry because Procreate kind of blurs the image, I've noticed, and it's a mess. And it would also amount to a lot less time, not even enough for me to really be at where I'm at now, which is like 3 minutes. So I'm just like, I was just not gonna do it. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'll figure something else out. And then I did, so that's good. It just kind of sucks that I'm going to have to delete Genshin every time I want to do a speed paint video. But luckily I don't do them very often. I think probably maybe once a month I'm hoping to aim for. My speed paints normally oh my gosh. My speed paints normally consist of me just talking about random stuff. And I hope that's entertaining. I try and be entertaining, but I'm still new. I am fresh to the YouTube scene, so I am trying my best, I swear. I just talk, and then I hope that whatever jokes come to my mind are sufficient, because God. I would write more scripts. I could probably do it with like a video that doesn't need to be a certain time length, but when it comes to speed paints, it's easier to just rant to a microphone because, God. I've been wanting to animate more, but I work on Procreate Dreams, which in itself isn't necessarily bad, but for whatever reason, YouTube really hates it when I try and crop down the video in order to fit it into CapCut, because then I'll try and upload the video and it's like, or technically I normally upload shorts, so I'll try and upload the short and it's like, that's a video. It's like, no, it's not. It is a short. Why are you saying it's a video? And it just refuses to recognize it as a short, no matter how much I try and match it, or even if I get the exact frame it wants, it still says no. So I'm like, you know what? No. So I haven't really animated a lot lately. Also, everything I end up thinking of animating is a bit beyond my skill range. I know you don't get better without practicing, you gotta start somewhere. Every time I start trying to plan it in my head, I'm like, you know what, maybe I'll just draw. Which is bad. I need to actually sit myself down and get myself working on an animation, especially if I've been wanting to do that. But even though I haven't really been drawing these past few days because, art block, I have been gaming more, so that's nice. It's been a minute since I really sat down with my Switch and gamed. I have a Switch Lite, and it's so sad because, one, it's old, so it's kind of, dying. I been meaning to get a new one, but that costs money, which I don't have. So, it's still alive, so we go until it's fully dead. Or hopefully not, since I hope to transfer my data. That way I don't lose every single thing I've ever done on my Switch. But yeah. We going until it's on its last legs. And Minecraft, which is one of my favorite games, has it was a while ago, but it had an update, and it gave vibrant visuals with more realistic lighting, and I love shaders. I have been wanting a shader on Minecraft since I was a kid. Once I realized that was a thing, I wanted it, and I couldn't have it because I think it was RTX at the time. Wasn't available on the Switch, and I was like, oh, okay, well then maybe, I'll get a shader pack eventually. But one, I couldn't find one that I liked, and two, they cost mine coins, which I didn't even get until 8th grade, and it was not enough for a shader pack. I just got some nice skins that I liked. And then, Minecraft dropped vibrant visuals coming to Minecraft, and you'll just go into the settings and turn it on, and there you go. And I was like, hell yeah! Only to discover it's not available on the Switch. I was so devastated. I was so excited, and then the more I heard about it and the less that I heard that it was gonna be on Bedrock, I was like, so my dreams have been crushed. I know it might be because it's thought that it can't handle the graphics, but I feel like the Switch could handle it. I've had some pretty good graphics even on my Switch Lite, as old as it is. But I don't know, I'm not a coder, but I'm hoping, praying that maybe Mojang will find a way to add the shaders onto Bedrock, because please, I need it, and I don't have a PC, nor do I think I'd really want to play on a PC when it comes to Minecraft. I prefer the Switch, but please. I know there was just the Minecraft Live not too long ago, and it was okay. The new mob skins are cute, but I'm unfortunately one of those people who is still hoping for an end update. I have never gone into the posts of Minecraft since gone through the whole stretch of logic to say that we're getting an end update, although some of those were funny. But I do wish we would get one, because the Nether update was so goddamn good, and I love it. I used to hate the Nether. Now I like the Nether. I still don't go there very often because it scares the shit out of me, but when I do go there, I have a good time. And it would just be so cool to explore the new areas of the end. And it would definitely entice me to go and experiment with that place more when I'm not in survival. I've never finished Minecraft in survival because I can only ever get so far. I get to the Nether and I chicken out. I like go and I die and I lose important gear, and then I'm like, maybe I won't. I'll get there. I'm getting closer and closer with each attempted run. But still, like, when it comes to like being in creative, I don't go and search for like strongholds or go to the end because there's really no reason to. There's not really a lot of interesting stuff to do or see there, and I'm just like not enticed by it. Honestly, I'm not that enticed by it in survival either. I just want to be able to say that I beat Minecraft. So I'm hoping that they'll make a little end update, please. At least add one extra biome. It doesn't have to be fancy. Just something interesting, please. But, it's okay. If they don't, that's their thing. It is a lot of work, so I don't completely blame them. But, I would be very happy. I always hope that when I record these videos that it's something good to listen to while doing something else. Because that's what I like to do when I listen to, like, speed paints or Reddit stories or what say you. Because I like multitasking. I like hearing something while I do something else. So I always hope that I'm entertaining enough to listen to while doing something else. That's why I try not to rely on, like, I guess what's going on the screen. Because, I don't know, I feel like I don't hear about a lot of people watching speed paints for the speed paint as much as the commentary, Which isn't necessarily bad. The speed paint is an added little bonus. It's a nice little check-in every time you look at the screen. But, like, hey, if you watch speed paints for the speed paint, let me know. I had to write down the amount of time that this video is. That way I don't lose track and over-record or under-record, because I do not want to have to re-record at 3 in the morning. I'm good. Oh, excuse me. Getting the video into CapCut was such a struggle because it was like an hour long before being sped up. Almost exactly. It was like 12 seconds over. I did go back and, record a few extra bits because I had to stop the recording because I was also working early in the morning and I got tired and I had to stop the recording. And then I came back to it like the next day and finished recording and put that into CapCut. But the first recording that I did, where I got most of it done, was like almost a clean hour long. And I was so worried that CapCut couldn't handle it because I imported. I tried, putting the video into CapCut, and it was like saying like loading, and had like the loading icon. If you use CapCut, you know what I mean. But loading icon. And I was like, okay, and I would like check to see the progress, and it kept saying like, 4%, and like it was moving at like a snail's pace, and I was like, oh my god, I don't know if this is gonna make it. Is it too long? But I couldn't like cut it in half because when you cut a video, it deletes the portion that you cut. It doesn't cut it in half like you can on CapCut. So I was just like, so I'm screwed. And I sat there for, I don't even know how long. I think maybe over 30 minutes. So like 40, 50 minutes, not sure. Waiting for it to fully process. And then it finally stopped loading, and then the percentage of like it being imported shot up like a sticking firework, and it went in, and I was like, thank God, because I was so worried it was too long for it to work. Next time I'll definitely have to cut my recording up a bit more instead of just going for who knows how long, because I don't want to run into that problem again. Oh yeah, and I hate to say this because I don't want to plug stuff, but if you do like my video, or this video at the very least, it would be so helpful if you like commented or left a like, because my videos have been really falling out of the algorithm. So that would be very helpful. You don't have to if you don't want to, but you know, it would be nice, and I do appreciate the comments that I receive. So I hope to see some of you in the comments, because yeah, it's nice. It's nice to see that there are people out there watching and enjoying. Sometimes I upload a video and I worry that people are cringing at me. That might just be my self-esteem, but you get the point. I'm new. No, but seriously, I do appreciate seeing you guys down there. You know, so if you feel like it, I would appreciate seeing you. If you don't feel like it, no pressure. Whew, my voice is starting to hurt. It's only been 16 minutes, though. Maybe because I'm projecting my voice. My microphone picks it up better that way. But also, my voice has just been not liking me these past few days. Not badly. I think I just overused it the other day by, like, singing most of that day. Because I tend to sing when I'm bored. Also, I just like music. So it's probably just kind of sore. I guess we're getting kind of close to the mark. Sorry. But I plan to drop some more shorts, like more shorts with like audio, not necessarily stuff that I recorded. I'm not sure exactly what people enjoy more, when I use an audio or when I show my own skits, so I try and mix them, because you know, like that way, for those who came for like the funny skits, you know, like that are done by me and voiced by me, you know, still get that, and then those who enjoy seeing the funny skits that I come up with pre-existing audios, you know, still get that. But I have been struggling to come up with my own skits lately. Not badly, but definitely to an extent, to the point where I'm just kind of like, I think I'll just use an audio, because I don't know lately. I think it's just because I've been tired. I'll get some stuff. I'll write some stuff down. I just need to sit down and start typing, because sometimes I just gotta do that, unfortunately. I feel like I've done that with a short that I posted that I could use an example, but I don't remember all the shorts that I've made off the top of my head. So, but yeah. Sorry. Trying to like not pause, because I swear to God, every time that happens when I'm listening to a video and the person that's talking like takes a short pause, especially if it's kind of, well, I say short, but like takes a pause, and if it goes on for a certain amount of time, sometimes I wonder if my phone paused or if I like brushed my headphone or something, because that's happened a few times, and I'm like, wait, did I pause it? Or, you know, that thing on YouTube where it's like, oh, you know, take a break, it's like asking if you're still there or whatever. That'll pop up and it'll go silent, and I'm like, wait. And I'll like check, and I'm like, oh wait, no, they just paused. My video is still going. So I'm trying not to pause. That way no one like whips their head around like, wait, is she there? I'm like, yes, I'm here. I'm just brain fart. But now that the seasons are changing, I'm definitely happy to have some warmer weather again. Cause I'm over here in I don't know, is it really, but where I live, things are starting to get warm again, and I'm like, it's entering, well, it's not entering, it's been in spring for a bit, but it's getting to a nice temperature at last, because it was cold. I swear to God, that stinking groundhog, it always happens. It's winter, right? And then it's coming to the end, and it starts warming up, and it's like, oh, yay, spring is coming. We have spring. And then Groundhog Day comes, and the groundhog says, like, oh, no, we have a few more weeks of winter. And then suddenly it's cold. It's cold as a snowman's ass, and you can't, like, stay warm enough. I swear to God. It's like a flash freeze happens, and then it starts, like, goes on for, like, another few weeks. And then it starts going back to spring weather, and it's like, thanks, groundhog. I appreciate you. Ugh, I swear to God, every time Groundhog Day comes around, I'm crossing my fingers and praying to the universe that please let the groundhog... I always get confused with the groundhog. Is it if he does or doesn't see its shadow that winter is coming? I always get it mixed up, and I always get confused because I'm like, wait, but is it if he does? I don't know. I'm like trying to think about it. I'd look it up, but my phone is charging and my tablet is what I'm using to record. I'm gonna say does, because if I'm not mistaken, I remember like, wait, that's it? If he sees his shadow? But doesn't that mean that the sun is out, and that means that spring is coming, not that it's still winter? And then my sister is like, yeah, I know, it's weird. And I'm like, I'll say. Because that sounds so backwards. No wonder we always end up getting more winter. Or is it like, I don't know. The groundhog thing is weird, and it jinxes spring every time, I swear. These past few years, I can't remember the last time that the groundhog said that spring was coming, and it happened. Because I feel like most of the time, pretty much every time that it happens, the Groundhog Day comes around, it's like, oh, more winter. I can't remember the last time that it said that that spring was coming. It's been a minute. It's come about the time to wrap the video up, so I'm going to say goodbye and be safe, and I hope I'll see you next time, and I hope this video was entertaining. Bye-bye.